All right, I am up on my brush now, you can see, but I'm still working kind of from the elbow out to leave my marks really loose and to stay free with it. I think the hairline needs to come down just a titch. Come in here with that and do that. Okay, I think I need another color now. I want to suggest that she's a brunette, but that she doesn't have just jet black hair. So I'm bringing in, what is this? This is golden brown. It's a color it's one of my go-to colors for hair. I think I'm going to come in and give the brows just a little bit. The brows, did you catch that? Just a little bit of this. And then her lips are starting to bug me, like really bug me. So I want to go in again with a color you might not expect. I like to come in with a red violet on this upper lip and kind of darken it. Now that looks really terrible, but bear with me. We're gonna move the pigment around and kind of come to the bottom lip with some of it to create texture. Do you see how I did that? And even because if you use a pigment in one place, it's a good idea to sneak it in 2 other places. So I'm going to choose the brows here. I'm going to suggest this red violet up here in the eyes, the eyelid area. So that way your eye isn't drawn to just one weird color. I need to bring this down a little more into that bottom lip. Take it away from the top lip. Maybe in the eyelids, in the shadow areas, and by the nose. Ooh, I'm gonna have to step into the frame. I can feel things shifting maybe where I don't quite want them to. You know, when you start to get one thing off in any sketch, whether it's a building or a face, anything, if you start to get off, then the whole thing just begins to go kind of awry on you. Oh, and I've still got some of that red violet in the brush, but that's okay. I'm gonna let it stay there. I'm gonna mix it with that yellow ochre just a little bit and move pigment. All right, under that chin, that neck area is way getting too dark for me. So I'm going to try to lighten some things up here. Just a little. And even on the face, get my lights back, the tip of the nose, tip of the chin, planes of the cheeks. And another important spot actually is right along the very tippy top of the upper lip. It's good to have, there's usually some light falling right there, and the center of the bottom lip, above the eye, and on the forehead, down the bridge of the nose. And then I'll try to clean this brush just a little bit and then come in and blend some of this out, leaving evidence of my process, because that's how I roll. Okay, I want to come in now and lighten the hair just a titch. I come in with white again, lay in some lights, especially on the top where you'd imagine light to be falling. But just in general, this piece is starting to feel dark and heavy to me, so I want to lighten it up a little, put some fun marks in it. Maybe even add something super unexpected. Coming in with a pretty bright yellow. I like it. Kind of lighten and brighten her up all the way around. Again, the neck is still bothering me just a little. You know, sometimes I get so carried away making sure it's shaded under the neck that, you know, my poor girls end up with dirty necks. So, don't want that. All right. I'm going to come in now and maybe even with acrylics at this point, I may put some fixative on this, work the eyes just a little more, and then come in maybe with even some acrylic paint to create a background behind her and call it a day, because if I don't, I will drive you and I both crazy with this, because it could go on literally forever. Having to come in a little closer up on the pencil than I like, because I still haven't switched to my longer Marks All pencil. Give her eyes just a little more definition, and I also want to kind of check, yeah, see how the poor thing, her eyes. Let me step into the frame. All right, now her eyes are a little loppy here, lopsided, mainly because I've had to stand so far to the right. All right. I want to put in a little bit of catch light in her eyes. Right there. Right there. And then darken up the rest of her eye. Give her iris some pigment all around it otherwise. Okay. Do a little bit of correcting of this pupil here. Okay. I'm going to just spray it with fixative, you guys, because again, I'll drive us both crazy if I don't. Fixative also, as you can see, will darken what is pastel. I'm okay with that. Now I need to choose some colors for a background. And what I want to do here, my goal at this point is to shock you.